Yep, we're on the XK again. It came out of its bubble a few days ago, the beginning of July. Normally I'd take it out around May time, but I've been so busy with other stuff I just haven't managed time to get the car out and do what needed doing. All sorts of things got in the way, and you get it out, it's almost immediately due for its MOT. They're around the beginning of July. That's when this car is ready to go for MOT. And you do all the checks. You check the lights, you check the horn, you check the tyres, make sure everything's where it should be, all the easy obvious things. Check the wipers, great. Check the washers, absolutely nothing. Dry as a bone, nothing, not even a drip. It was getting a little bit sluggish last summer when I was using the car. The washers tended to start a little bit dribbly, and the power action that you would have expected, you know, they used to come out there, you know, like a great rate of knots. But no longer. It's now gone from just a dribble down to absolutely zero, nothing at all. So I thought, oh great, yeah, it's a pretty easy fix when you come to look at it. There's two possible things that it could be, which are the common things, and it turned out to be both of them actually. So let me show you what I did. Now, if you've got just a bit of a dribble, the washer jets are on the wipers, which is a modern way of doing it. If you've got just a dribble, you could just check that the pipes aren't kinked or anything like that, but I did all of that last year when it was starting to get a little bit sluggish. What you've got to do is take off this cover here, which is the one that goes around the airbag on the right hand side of the car. If you're in the UK, that's the driver's side, and if you're a left hand drive car, it's the passenger side. Basically just a couple of plastic clips, and that gets that up and out the way. Remove all the old dead leaves that are under there, and you have a pipe coming up from the washer pump itself, and that's this pipe here, and it is tucked under. There's a little clip, I don't know if you can see, just inside there in that grill. The pipe comes around here, and there's a little plastic clip, so you just got to get your fingers under it, get it out. Don't be frightened of it, it will come like that. And we've got basically a T-piece which is just there, and what actually that is a non-return valve inside there, and all it is this is the feed pipe coming up from the washer pump into this T-piece plastic here, and we've got a plastic cap on top of it which you can prise off, and underneath is a little diaphragm. Now don't drop the little cap, but basically if you can get your fingers around it, and I'll try doing that without obscuring the camera view, you basically just get your tiny little screwdriver under the cap. There's the cap, just prizes off, and underneath there's a little red diaphragm, and that is a non-return valve to stop all of the fluid that's in the pipes in the wipers draining back down towards the motor and the pump. And if it's stuck, you can basically take the pipe off this end, off of here, like so, and you can push something up inside the feed pipe there, and that will release the diaphragm. Basically the diaphragm, it just sits there, there's no spring, no nothing. If it sits and doesn't get used for a period of time, the diaphragm basically sticks to the seat of the T-piece, and it's stuck in it. There's not enough pressure in the pump to push it open, and all I did was just basically poke a small screwdriver up the middle of that, and it pushed off the diaphragm off its seat, and job done. It's a good one, but I still had nothing, and it's just a case, by the way, of clipping that back on like so, and then that's that done. That's a nice quick and easy fix. Pipe back on, and then just find the clip underneath, poke it all back in, make sure there's no kinks. The clip is somewhere around here where my finger is, and you just find the gap for the hose, and you just push the hose back up underneath, make sure it's not kinked. That's it, and that's that bit done, and that should stop your trouble and get you a decent jet out of your washers again. However, I had absolutely nothing at all. Generally you can hear them pumping, they pulse when they pump. They don't continuously run, the washer pumps on these. You press the button and it will pulse about 4 times, so you're listening for a zip 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 type of noise, Had nothing at all. The car has been sat since the end of October last year. Got it out of its winter storage literally a few days ago. Pressed the button, completely dead. Nothing at all. As I said, I already knew it was dribbly, so that needed doing, and that's the valve. But with the pump not running, yeah, I thought it was either going to be a broken wire or possibly rodent damage, although it lives in a bubble, so there's a fair chance it wasn't going to be rats or mice that's going to go and chew through cables, and everything else worked as well. But what it was the washer pump, and they are notoriously problematic, you know, especially if they sit doing nothing. They're going to get damp over time. Eventually they're dealing with detergent, it makes the water get in to places where it shouldn't much easier, and eventually they're going to rust and seize up, and that's exactly what's happened. How do you get to it? Well, again, on the right hand side of the car, and here is the front of the car on this side, your washer pump is behind the right hand front wheel, and it's underneath this wheel arch liner here. So let me show you what you're up against. Now, if you want to make life easier for yourself, you can take the wheel off, but you don't need to, because you don't need to take the bottle out or anything. You can get to the pump with the wheel in situ. You've just got to move the wheel arch liner out of the way. There's 3 screws at the corner here, right down the front end of the sill. They're Torx T30s. They are threaded, and they thread into a metallic, probably aluminium casting, which I'll show you in a second when we get it apart. So they don't need to be up silly tight, and I have also, they're right behind the wheel, so you also need to make sure that when you do this and you put them back, you make sure you put some grease on them, otherwise they're going to go rusty eventually. But I was quietly surprised that actually these don't seem to, they're a bit tight, but they're not too badly corroded. So in fact they're not corroded at all, if I'm honest. Now there's the 3 there, and then there's one more or less on the same plane, but it's behind the wheel, and you probably need to undo that one as well, because you might not get the flexibility you want to get your wheel arch liner back as far as you need it to. So I'll just do that, and that's that one there. There is one also at the top in a similar sort of place up here, but up inside there's another one directly above the one at the back, but I don't really think you need to do that one. It's enough there just to be able to get the wheel arch liner out, and then it's just a case of prising out the liner. Again, you've got to go a bit steady, but don't be frightened of it, because you don't want to be damaging sills and stuff like that. It's all plastics. Once you've got your wheel arch liner out the way, this is the pump you want. It's the one right in front of you. The one that is round the side of the wing here and inside on the left hand side, that is the pump for the washers for the lamps. That's not the one you're after. This is the one you're after. As soon as you peel the wheel arch lining back, it's right dead ahead in front of you. We've got basically this connector here, which is push on the wire clip and it comes off. We've got the pipe which goes on the side of it, and literally you pull it out and there it is. It's as simple as that. This is the new one. On the bottom of it there's a seal with a little filter in it, and that is another thing to check to make sure the filter's not blocked. But it is as simple as just prising it out, and the seal is a good seal. There's no pressure behind it other than atmospheric pressure in the bottle of the water, the weight of the water on the seal, so it's not under a huge amount of pressure. And that is it. It's simply you pull it out and it's job done. And then to put it back in, it's literally reverse procedure. Sorry about my hands. Get it nice and seated into the bottle. There we go, just like that. Simple as. Nothing could be easier. Right, let's check it works. Job is a good one. There you go. If you've got a washer problem on your XK, those are the 2 things you've got to check: washer pump and non-return valve, and obviously any kinks and obvious blockages. And you could also resort to the old pin in the nozzle method, which is what I always used to do back in the old days. But with these other things, these modern stuff, it seems that these are common problems and they're very, very easy to fix. I hope it's helped you out. If you can do it yourself, then you're going to save yourself shed loads of cash. And none of this stuff is that difficult most of the time. If you like what you see, put a subscription on the channel, keep up with what we're doing, put a like on it, comment if you want, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, bye for now.